Northern Undead Asylum. A tier. It's the tutorial zone. It's fun. It's forgiving, but not a cakewalk. I also like that it introduces the Asylum demon, and then you can fight it if you're a complete mad lad, or you can just run out and continue. I like the tutorial nature of it really teaching you some fundamentals. For example, I had a shield, and it told me like how to properly use a shield and then gave me a good enemy to practice the shield on. It incentivized me to use my tools. There's a lot of games that don't do that, and even among games that do, most of them will just say, here's a text dump, not here's an organic way for you to learn how to do what you need to do to get through the game. It's not an S tier location, it's not super exciting, it's not like, oh wow, look at this crazy place, look at all this cool visuals, but it has a specific purpose, and it fulfills that purpose very well. So the Forgotten Undead Asylum goes to A tier. How do I rank Firelink Shrine? I guess Firelink Shrine's gonna go to B tier, because it's not really much of a zone. There's no challenge to it. It's the hub. It's the place that you go to upgrade your weapons. It's the place that you go to meet with your friends. It's the place that you go to when you need to reset. When you say, okay, I need to focus and figure out what I'm gonna do next. Let's go to Firelink Shrine while I think. So it's comfortable, it's home base, it doesn't do anything wrong, it doesn't do anything right, it just is. It has some hidden areas, so it's gonna stay at the top end of B tier because I was able to discover more things every time I returned to it. For like my first 10 hours of the gameplay. So that's cool. Undead Burg, B tier. Nothing outstanding really. Some interesting boss fights. Some relatively challenging but not unfair navigation. Again though, it doesn't stand out in my mind. It doesn't really do anything that makes me excited. I do like, with the Undead Burg, how central it is, by which I mean you loop back to the same points multiple times, and having that access and having that sense of progress, like, oh, I'm back here and now I can just go straight there. That's pretty cool. The Undead Parish is an extension of the Undead Burg. I count them as the same. Like, yes, they are technically different areas, but like, there's not a visual distinction between them to me. They have the same types of enemies, they have the same architecture, they have the same color palette. To me, they go hand in hand. The Depths is gonna go into D tier. It's a sewer area that's not really tied to anything. It's just the point in between Lower City and Undead Burg. It may be the most forgettable area in the game to me, to be honest. Its enemies are rats and basilisks and guys with torches. Meh. The boss fight was meh. The Depths is underwhelming as characters go. You don't like the mandatory sewer levels? Sewer levels can be good. Sewer levels can be fun and exciting, and the Depths just didn't do that. Blighttown, straight into S tier. Blighttown sucks. In the best possible way. Blighttown is Dark Souls. Is it frustrating? Yes. Is it painful? Yes. Are you going to lose hair? Are you literally going to watch your hairline recede from the stress of playing Blighttown? Yes. But goddamn, is it fun. And like, it encapsulates what makes Dark Souls a gripping experience. It requires you to be on top of your game. It is going to challenge you, but once you finish it, you're going to feel good about yourself. Literally, I can just say the word water wheel and Vent will forever have dramatic flashbacks. Yeah, I'm currently editing the Blighttown video, and it is hell reliving some of these. So yeah, Blighttown goes to S tier. Visually, it's good. It's dark and scary. It has a color scheme. It's got this kind of like brown and green that makes it feel sickly, which matches the, name of the place, Blighttown. So I really like it. The Great Hollow stays off because I never discovered it, and same with Ash Lake. I have no idea what these are. My favorite area in the game, Sen's Fortress. No questions asked. I loved Sen's Fortress. I thought this area was such a blast. It's Indiana Jones. It's Dungeons and Dragons. It's just a classic dungeon funhouse. Walk in to thin walkways with saws that are, or axes rather, that are swinging. You've got snake men who are shooting lightning at you. You've got pressure plate traps that are gonna shoot bolts out of the wall at you. You've got mimics. You've got rolling boulders. You've got giants hurling down exploding barrels at you. Sen's Fortress is just a blast. Super, super fun. No questions asked. This is my favorite area in the game. Anor Londo also goes to S tier. Striking visually. Beautiful area. Absolutely gorgeous. Challenging, but not unfair, except for that one part. The boss of this area is one of my favorite bosses in the game. This is an area that gives you a major upgrade and basically is like the halfway point of the game, I think. I just really like Anor Londo. I don't think you can say a bad word about it. The Painted World of Ariamis, I don't know what the actual name is also going to go into S tier, I think. Visually striking. I think you're going to sense a theme here. Like, all of the ones that go in the high tiers are ones that have a very rooted visual identity. And for this, it's this snowy landscape. It's whites and blues and grays. It's got spooky enemies. It feels a little gothic horror in a way, with these like harpies that are flying down at you, with the undead, with the architecture. Really cool area. It had some fun challenges. It had a buggy back half of a dragon. It was fun. I liked it a lot. Darkroot Garden. So what's the difference between Darkroot Garden and Darkroot Basin? The difference is that Darkroot Garden actually has content. So for that reason, it's going to go a little bit higher. But where? I'm going to put it into A tier. I'm also going to change our music here. This music is too intense. Is there like gentle Dark Souls music? Relaxing Soulsborne music. Yeah, there we go. We'll do this. That's better. Where was I? Darkroot Garden. It has a nice visual identity. It's this gentle forest. It's not outstanding in any way, but it feels serene. Even when you're fighting enemies here, it's like, oh, these are some plant enemies. Here's some moving trees. Here's some rocks that are moving, you know? And then the boss is a big butterfly with pretty music. Is it the best area in the game? No. But I never found myself upset that I was in Darkroot Garden. I was always like, oh, this is a gentle, pleasant little zone. Darkroot Basin, on the other hand, D tier. It doesn't go as low as the depths, but like, Darkroot Basin doesn't exist. Darkroot Basin is nothing. Darkroot Basin has the Hydra and one of the Black Knights. That's all you've got. I really can't think of anything to say about this. And whereas Darkroot Garden has flowers and it's got these like glowing plants, it's got ambience, Darkroot Basin doesn't. All it has is a waterfall. It loses some of the mystical charm that Darkroot Garden does. New Londo Ruins. Ooh, A tier, yeah. I'm not gonna put it up in S tier, but I am gonna put it in A tier. New Londo Ruins is fun. I like the ghosts. I like that it is an area that has enemies that like you have to approach in a very specific way. It is visually really cool, but I don't think it has a factor that really bumps it into S tier for me. I think if it had something else, if it wasn't just a ruin, then it would be bumped up. But the enemies are fun to fight. It's scary. It feels constantly like you have to be watching your back, like the hairs on the back of your neck are standing on end because a ghost could come out of a wall at any moment. You go into the ghost house and you are beset by the spirits of the dead. You round a corner and there is a ghost with glowing red eyes holding like a baby. What's that about? I don't know, but it's scary and I like it. What is this? The Duke's Archives will go into C tier? Yeah, I'll put C tier. It's a big library, and it has annoying enemies, and it doesn't really offer a whole lot. Can I think of anything positive to say about the Duke's Archives? Nope. I'm not putting it in D tier because it doesn't do anything to offend me. But it's not imaginative to me. It's a big library. The worst part is those chanters, they have their own unique drops, which are rare AF and good. Yeah, like I said, annoying enemies. So, I can't put it in D tier because I'm not upset by it. I don't think it's forgettable. I don't think that it lacks content. I don't think that it's got any reason to hate it, but it has no real reasons to like it. Crystal Cave. I'm gonna put Crystal Cave in B tier. Put it at the top of B tier. Visually, I like it. It's not new and imaginative, like it's a crystal cave. Okay, whatever. But I like the soundscape. I like the crystal enemies. I like the invisible floors. It's a fun gimmick, even if it is annoying. And it has a fun boss fight. So, Crystal Cave, pretty solidly middle of the pack for me. Demon Ruins, high. Higher than Darkroot Garden. Higher than the Asylum, not as high as New Londo Ruins. This is the point where you start getting a real sense of how in deep you are. You walk into the Demon Ruins and you're like, oh, there's lava everywhere. There's ruined buildings. There's monsters. It is scary and it is cool and it feels like hell in the best possible way. I really like the enemies that are there. I think they're fun to fight. I like the visuals of the zone. It's kind of a short zone, all things considered, before you start getting to Izalith. But it's got Solaire's quest line. It's got the Centipede Demon. It's got the Demon Fire Sage. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And the lava is a hazard, but it's one that makes sense. So I can't say I'm upset about the Demon Ruins. Lost Izalith. Overall, I'm going to put Lost Izalith low. Lower than Undead Burg, but not as low as the Duke's Archives. Here's my reason for this. I actually do like Lost Izalith for what it represents. I like that it's this... It's the source of everything that is wrong, is what it feels like. It feels like this is the fate that has befallen someone who made the wrong choice. And the consequence that it had reaches out to everyone who lived here and everything that used to be here. And now this place is nothing more than a lava-flooded, corrupted, forgotten wasteland. Unfortunately, it is also Lost Izalith, and it doesn't really have much in the way of content in any meaningful respect, and it also is flatly unfinished. Lost Izalith is not done. They had to shortcut to finish the game. So, you put all of that together for me, and it's like, conceptually, I like it. The execution was not good, so it averages out to be towards the bottom of B tier. The Catacombs, C tier. I did not like the Catacombs. I do not like them, Sam I am. The Necromancers were obnoxious, the Skeletons were obnoxious. I still don't know what I did wrong with the one bridge that I was never able to flip the right way. The skulls that like fly around and explode, you can't actually target, so you just kind of have to bait them and then be in the right position when they decide to explode. It was scary, and I like scary, but it didn't have much else going for it. You didn't even meet patches there? I didn't even know I could meet patches there. So yeah, it was just like, the Catacombs was a weird place. The Catacombs also is where the bone wheels were first introduced, and that automatically brings them down. The Catacombs is a horrible place with horrible enemies. Tomb of the Giants, D tier, but better than Darkroot Basin. Tomb of Giants at least has content, but boy does that content suck. It is not fun trying to navigate around in the dark with giant skeletons that are smashing you into the dirt, shooting you with arrows from spaces that you can't see, dog skeletons that are like bark, 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 smack, 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 you're off a cliff that you didn't know was there. Sucks to suck. Tomb of the Giants is saved because it has patches and it has Naito. But otherwise, Tomb of the Giants sucks. Kiln of the First Flame will go to C tier for me, because it just doesn't really have much. It has 5 enemies in it. I think literally 5 enemies, and the final boss. It leaves an impression it is striking visually, but it's kind of empty and barren. And for the final zone, it feels like it's way too short to go from the checkpoint to the boss. Like from the start to the finish, it takes like 1 minute. I was expecting a little more, honestly. Patches is in basically every Souls game. He's referred to in Elden Ring as Patches the Untethered. Valley of the Drakes, also into D tier, below Tomb of the Giants, above Darkroot Basin. I don't really know why the Valley of the Drakes is a zone, to be totally honest. It doesn't have anything in it. It has the upper half of a zombie dragon, and it has 5 drakes that you have no reason to ever engage with. Like, you just don't have to fight the drakes. You just run past them and go to the bonfire, or you go to the pickups, and that's it. Yeah, the rest is just walk away. It is just a corridor. All right. Now we're into the DLC. Ulasil Sanctuary. C tier, there isn't much in the Ulasil Sanctuary. Put it above the Duke's Archives. It's pretty. I like the aesthetics. It has a boss fight, and it has Elizabeth the Mushroom, so cool. The Royal Wood will also go in C tier, but above the Ulasil Sanctuary since it actually has content. I guess the Ulasil Woods, or the Royal Woods, have Calamite, technically. You know what? I'm actually going to raise it up into C tier. Because, now that I think about it, the Royal Woods extends from the entrance of the Royal Woods out through where Calamite is, and technically the Artorias boss fight as well. And having 2 cool boss fights in it, you can't put it lower than B, I think. But Royal Wood is getting carried by the boss fights right now. Ulasil Township, I will put in A tier. I'll put above Darkroot Garden and above the Asylum. It was a cool zone to explore. I liked all of the enemies in it. It felt nice and spiraling down towards a central point. So design-wise, aesthetically, enemies, challenge, I thought it was all very appropriate. So it goes pretty high into A tier for me. And finally, Chasm of the Abyss. I'm going to put in A tier above the Demon Ruins. I liked it a lot. It was spooky. It was scary. It has enemies who you can only see through the pinpricks of red in the darkness. Like, cool, scary, challenging, but not unfair. It also houses my favorite boss fight in the game. And that is our tier list for Dark Souls locations.